Welcome, SASANS, to this week's episode of SASANS and Dragons. I am Magnus Beasticus, your dungeon master for the evening. Joining me as our adventurers on this adventure. To my right, at the end of the table, your left. I'm sorry, my left, your right. Max.
What?
ENZER.
Are we both saying?
At the same time?
Bane! Level 8 Barbarian Goliath of the not death domain. Think about it.
My name's ENZER, and I play as Tim, or Timarius. I am a male Grey Dwarf Duergar, level 8. Wild Mage.
I'm Luna and I play Thunkey Beerbot, a level 8 female mountain dwarf druid.
I am Rummy. I play Valkyrie Invictarii, a cleric of the Storm Herald. Rage.
Just rage.
Now that everybody is thoroughly confused. When last we left our adventurers, they killed 2 bears and a giant, and are exactly standing where they were at the beginning of last session, but with more
Didn't even level with all
blood at
so
their
much
feet.
And basically did.
They had made it to the entrance of a humongous ebony black tree with such a vast opening where if you were to stand inside of it, you would probably not be able to see all the way to the ends of inside of the tree. This is such a vast chamber that one word leaving your mouth and you would immediately hear sort of the echoes pervading the inside of the tree. There are many different boulders and clusters of rocks fallen around the bottom of the tree, as well as just corpses and bones, ripped body parts hanging from the trees, blood staining all the way around the tree. This is just not a very welcoming place to be. And they hear this ever-present bassy. That was not actually menacing.
I was like, what?
Coming
Menacing,
from the tree.
menacing.
They hear this bassy breathing coming from the tree.
I'm gonna run away.
Okay, action.
Let's go, let's follow
taken. We're just running in the opposite direction.
I'm following her.
Running away.
Come on! Let's get the hell out of here!
Thunkey looks up, hears the breathing, and then just turns right around and runs away.
I'm petrified. I'm terrified. I basically died. I'm getting the hell out of there.
This has, within 24 hours, been the second time Thunkey has come close to death, having been knocked unconscious twice at the hands of large, 3+ story tall beings of just sort of chittering and squirming and just like randomly jittering giants with bones sticking out of them, like dreads. Look very tribal, feral. Thunkey is running away. Who else is following her? What's everybody else doing?
I'm right behind her.
The green dragonborn with them takes a step forward, and then he just hears the scampering of feet behind him, and just pivots on his foot and runs in the same direction as Thunkey. He goes, "We need to go back there, I think, at some point, but
Why?
we best lick our wounds now."
Why do we have to
not
go
now.
back there?
Not anytime soon, let's go.
Did you hear the breathing coming from that tree, Yurgi?
Fuck you, what do you think?
Tell
He's
the bear to
aroused.
let's turn around and go find out what they're doing.
I pick up a rock and I throw it near the tree. And then as soon as I throw it, turning around and walking away.
Walking?
Roll a strength check. Are you trying to chuck this like in the entrance or just
Just like, bah! And then run away at the tree.
Okay. All right.
See if there's any disturbance. That's a 19 natural, so a lot.
You sort of paying loose attention as you're moving your feet away from the tree. The breathing just the sound of it becomes damper and less until it fades as you guys are now sort of running down the hill, and the vastness of the entrance is disappearing behind you.
Wait!
Could I?
Aren't we
like,
supposed to
ran,
go up the mountain? Let's just go around. Like, hooky-yooey.
Could I have ran like 75 feet and turn around and see what anything?
Yeah. There's
Giant
no
explosion.
disturbance.
No disturbance.
Yeah.
I say we rest, but go back.
Sleep. Right here.
A good distance. We can get inside of a tree.
I don't think it's safe. There's no way I can sleep right now.
Here, I can build us a ship.
Oh my God, Quenzel's
Give me-
still alive?
Give me
Holy
3 hours,
shit.
and I can build us a ship.
Is
3
he
hours.
still drunk?
Did I say 3 hours?
You have 3 hours, Quenzel. If
That's
that ship is
crazy.
not built, you're dead.
That's an insane amount of time to build an entire ship.
Less? Need less time? Okay, 2
In
hours.
my glory
You got
days.
2 hours. And that's a intimidation check.
Are you really intimidating?
Aw. He's too drunk to even notice you're
Yeah.
talking.
Fuck you, Hercheck.
you can be scary, kind of. Good thing
How is
we're
he still
friends.
drunk?
I'd like to do a perception
It's
check.
only been like 10 minutes.
I'd like to look
What?
around for holes, somewhere to hide,
A
dig.
cave?
Okay, roll a perception check.
Advantage on cave inspections.
10. Nope. 12.
12, it's the same scene of the yellow moss and the large trees everywhere. There's usually you can see some sort of alcoves at the base of some trees where the roots go in a little bit into just a small inlet. And then there are not as convenient, but still the same kind of trees where the holes exist inside. Not as prevalent and not as dead as the one you found before, but there are sort of cubby holes to be found in these trees, and there's even sort of like mounds of the moss that look to be almost not made out of solid stone. If that makes sense. Like, imagine just being able to like use your hand and pull the moss away.
Yeah, that moss looks like it could be kind of nice for a shelter. Shelter.
I got things to hang
Like yourself.
on the shelf.
I'm gonna dive into the moss.
Okay.
Like a bush?
Hopefully.
So you get a running start and almost continuing your pace as Tim is looking around for a safe place to go. You see the mound, you just dive right in as it all gets dark, and it goes from this smooth entrance as the moss is sort of naturally being pushed aside by your weight, and then you just feel sort of like this solid these solid forms. They're not moving or anything, but it's almost like it's
Does
As
that
you-
stop me?
It stops you after a point. Your whole body is now submerged in the moss, but it's now like the front, your torso doesn't feel much of the moss anymore, other than certain areas, but you do feel like like sticks, like solid sticks, like pressing against you in different ways.
Oh, okay. I'm
Is-
gonna back myself
not
out a little bit.
Also smell very good in
Ew.
here. It smells of like long dead rot. It's
I'm
like
gonna back
dusty, stale
myself
grossness.
out a little bit until I can feel like the soft moss again.
Okay.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Okay. All right, with 1 point of health.
Thunkey, how is it in there?
Hey, Thunkey, what's going on?
It's comfortable. And I'm gonna stick a thumbs up out of the bush and then go back in. Then you're gonna hear snoring.
I'm gonna start digging.
It's not quite my style, but
In the moss?
No, I'm gonna like dig at the base, dig dirt out from the base, like where the moss meets the ground. I'm gonna start digging. I want to like basically dig under and go like dig a crawl space underneath the moss, instead of like making a huge hole in the moss. A huge hole in the dirt.
Okay, so it's like the moss touches the ground proper, and you are digging sort of at the point where the moss starts to become a mound, just sort of like downwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how far do you want to dig?
Enough for me to dig, like, I basically want to go into the moss, but like dig my way.
Okay,
I
suppose, like,
under and up.
with stone cunning, you roll a strength check or like an athletics check with advantage.
Oh. Hey. 16.
Okay. The party sees Thunkey just jump into the moss, and then Tim follow shortly after, sort of hike up. He doesn't have a robe anymore.
Smells
you
great
see
in here.
You see his arms go for his robe, and then just sort of grab nothing, and then he shrugs his shoulders and just starts digging underneath this mound. And it's pretty easy. It becomes dirt pretty quickly, but you just move it aside, and then as you start to go up, your hand sort of breaks out of the dirt, and you too feel sort of these like sticks. Only some of them are a lot sharper than you would have thought, and you get cut. Thunkey did not mention this when Thunkey went in, so this is sort of odd to you. And you have dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have dark vision too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like long, compiled, and dead corpses. This just looks like a death mound. Like, throw the bodies in here and cover it up. And you hear this.
Smells pretty good.
It coming from the mound?
Coming from inside of the mound, as some of the bodies shuffle.
Did I hear this?
I'm
getting the fuck
gonna
out.
look for Thunkey, and I'm gonna.
Like, maybe I fell asleep, but then after hearing that, it was like, and then like
What is everyone else doing?
backing the fuck out of the moss.
I guess I'm just arriving, or are we?
You see two of your party members go into the mound as you're with your undead pyre bear, and as they go in, shortly after, the mound starts to shuffle a little bit. I'm not sure what you would make of this, but from your distance, you don't hear that.
Hercheck, pull us out.
What are you two doing in there?
Be quiet, but pull us out.
I thought it was a
going
good
on?
place to sleep, but now there's a scary chittering noise.
Be quiet!
on one
Pull
end.
us out.
There's. I don't know.
I'll attempt to start pulling whoever comes out first.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Grab onto my foot.
Yeah.
I'm ripping them out of the ground.
Okay, go ahead and roll both of them.
One at a time.
One at a time. Okay, Thunkey, you see Thunkey's legs, easy enough. Just
Okay.
Tim, you see just sort of this like area of disturbed dirt, and you just hear Tim's sort of like highly muffled.
What?
As though he's speaking through layer upon layer. It's almost like he's underground speaking.
Tim! Grab my foot!
Tim!
Grab my foot!
I'm gonna like dig with my hands to like try and make a bigger opening for Tim to like get out. I'm gonna like reach in and try to feel for a foot or something.
Okay, as you start to reach your hand, Yer goes, hold on. And he puts his hands into the dirt, and as you push your hands forward, the dirt in front of you just moves out of the side, and you sort of the squirming form underneath of Tim trying to push himself backwards is there, as you see where the dirt was pushed aside, the bones sort of spill out in that area, and they start to shuffle even more as this almost like spider-like arm presses out of the bones. And you're helping Tim. No, I guess roll with advantage a dexterity saving throw. One of you, as whoever's going for Tim.
I already have advantage on, so 9.
9. The sort of spider leg wipes aside across and just bashes your shoulder, almost fracturing one of your bones. You take... oh my goodness, you guys have not rested yet.
I'm dead.
Hercheck doesn't make it in time as what is now revealed to be this large tail rakes across his shoulder as bodies are now flying across and out of the way. Tim, you are still underneath as you now see this large red-furred... it almost looks like, imagine an 8-foot-tall anteater, but with sort of spikes coming out of its snout and its barbed tail with just these stout legs and its neck hanging really low with its elongated snout as it's pushing up out of the bones. And it looks like it's been almost hibernating for a long time, so it's trying to get out right now as Hercheck gets swiped by the tail and slides on the ground about 7 feet away. You now are entirely free. It's almost like this ramp leading up to Thunkey and Yerg has presented itself as this creature is now going with its tail spin and just sort of like trying to climb out of this mound of corpses. What are you guys doing?
I'm casting Cure Wounds on Hercheck.
I'm enlarging.
Okay.
How long has it been since?
You guys will have one free action, and then I'll have you roll initiative if you guys decide to stay or go.
How long has it been since we? Oh, no,
No.
It's already
We
been,
run.
It's already been over 1
Yeah.
minute.
Res me and run.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not fighting.
I would like
Okay.
to cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
and then, like, at the same, like, touch his shoulder while running.
Okay.
Oh, hey. 12 points. You have more health than me now.
I'd like to enlarge. I think that's a full action. Never mind. I enlarge.
Okay, Tim, almost meeting the size of this creature as he becomes a much larger version of it, staring this creature down. Thunkey runs, taps Hercheck like it's a relay race, and slaps some healing into him. How much did you get healed?
12.
12 points of healing, and just continues to run as she's pretty much like shouting like this way.
I go, and then I just get up and I'm sprinting away.
Yerg's hands are still embedded in the ground, and he looks up at you, Tim, and with this like, do we stay or do we go?
I get another action? No, I'm running.
Okay.
If I can move, I'm running.
Okay.
If I'm running
We're all
faster
running
than
then,
people,
yeah.
I'm picking them up.
Yeah, you're the only one that has any health.
I know. I'm
You are,
with him,
and
I guess.
like Quenzel is just, his shoulders are slumped, and he's
I'll
looking
pick
at
up
this
Quenzel.
creature. Yeah, he's like, as he gets grabbed by your hand, and you just start running. He's like, oh god, I'm getting flashbacks! As he was just previously in a giant's hand. Killed.
Forgot about that.
And you are following them with
Yeah.
the fire bear?
I'm following him. Like, go, 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 go.
Okay, the creature turns around and looks in your direction, and you just hear this. And you see it sort of go down on its limbs and go back into the mound of corpses as you guys are all
Okay.
running away.
I'm headed back towards that giant tree, but not directly at it. Kind of like, if this is a tree, I'm gonna head to like right here.
I have zero frame of reference, but okay.
He's gonna run around the tree.
Okay.
I don't want to
Gotcha,
go
you're keeping
directly
a
to
perimeter.
the entrance.
Okay, give me a perimeter.
Because of whatever the hell's in that tree. But I guess we're supposed to go to the tree.
Yeah. So what are you guys up to? What are you guys up to?
I think we should,
Let's stop running. Maybe jog. But look for a safe place to stop. We need rest.
How about inside of a tree?
No,
Not inside of a mound of bodies.
It seemed nice. It was nice and soft and mossy.
I think equally bad.
I am panicked.
I'm gonna
There's no one.
now that
there's
we're
nowhere else.
I'm gonna Can I look around again?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a
See
perception
if there's
check.
any
I would like to
Thing else.
help in that perception check.
20.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Natural 20.
You see, on the outside perimeter, you can't actually keep a perimeter around this tree for very long because it meets the side of a very sort of steep cliff where these piles upon piles of huge boulders are just piled against. And you see an entrance, almost like two boulders clash together, and the middle of them both sort of shattered, revealing a cave, if that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, you almost like look around, and you
I
like
pick up the
spider
pace.
senses tingle, and you
This way! I know where to go!
Yeah, and there's the entrance is about 9 feet in rough diameter, so it's a pretty large cave, and you can see different lights spilling out from small cracks from the boulders just being slammed together. It's not a perfect cave, but it does provide enough cover.
I'm gonna
I
slow
pull
down
out
when
my
I get
axe.
to the end. What?
I pull out my axe.
I'm gonna slow down when I get to the entrance.
I'm gonna stand right next to Tim and be like, Tim, what do you think?
I'm gonna use my dark vision to look into it.
I am at the ready with the axe, like right above Tim, like ready to attack anything. that
I'm
comes out of the
hiding
cave.
and readying poison spray, but my hands are shaking.
You guys are just like, anything can be.
You have given us no other reason not to. Oh yeah, it's all just a big
I'm just saying,
flowery
I enjoy
forest.
It. I relish this.
Such a nice mossy
No, we're gonna
bed.
run into another. Let me pre-roll for initiative in this cave. Let me just get that ready.
And the moss is actually has
There's moss.
made its way inside,
Dead bodies.
making a pretty comfortable entrance. The cave extends maybe 25 feet before it just becomes broken boulders and you can't progress anymore.
I think I can see 60
And,
feet into darkness.
Yeah, there is, other than like some scurrying of mice and some bugs along the wall, there's
Hercheck. Throw a rock in there.
Take out a hand axe. I'll throw it in there.
okay. Clatters at the back, sparks light up the chamber a little bit more, and then
Oh my god.
I would
We all
not be
die.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that I'd be like, all right, here we go again. I'm dead.
Smoke's teeth are revealed.
Oh my god. The eye of Sauron opens in me.
Yeah,
As you see a child come out of Hercheck's body and begin a new campaign.
Tears out of your stomach.
Okay, so what are you guys up to? You have now found a cave. I would say it is approaching relative nighttime at this point, and
Do we notice this?
yeah, now you do notice that the color and almost the aura of the forest has changed from this perpetual twilight to this almost dim glowing orange from the canopy above, highlighting the entirety of the landscape below you, but to where you still can't comfortably see super far ahead of you, if that makes sense. Like before everything was revealed, now it's like the dimness meter has been turned way down.
Can I look around just right before we start heading in? Can I just see if there's any recent activity? Do I see tracks going into this cave?
Okay, roll an investigation check. Five. No. You don't see anything. You don't see anything.
Well, I guess we're
You
good
look
then.
around and aside from the mice and the bugs crawling up, the moss going inside, it's just a relatively comfortable cave.
These enlarged eyes see nothing.
Yeah, as you're sort of like crouched down looking inside.
I'm gonna head in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to catch some mice.
Okay, roll the dexterity check. Or a nature check, whichever one you
Or
want.
animal handling?
Animal handling at its most literal
Rough handling.
sense.
15.
Thunkey, man, I just really can't get this mic
No, it
to be
moves.
in a great place. You scurry around very quickly. It's almost as though like one just jumps out of the shadows and you jump on it
Okay.
and grab it with your hand.
Perfect. I'm gonna be very happy. I'm just gonna pet it. And then snuggle it until I go to sleep.
Oh. As Thunkey has reasserted her efforts to get to bed, what does everybody else do?
Is there like a good so coming into the cave is there like some backness? So if I have like the door to the entrance of the cave right here, can I be adjacent to it and have my back against the wall?
Yeah.
I will sit there with my axe in hand and I will rest there.
I'm enlarged, so
Yeah, you are.
I'll take the first watch. I probably look pretty scary right now.
I see your
Yeah,
testicles.
aren't you like a giant naked old man?
exactly.
I mean, what's new?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Been naked for at least 6 episodes.
Make it 6 more.
Mm.
So yeah,
I got it. You guys, do what you do, but get some rest. Especially you, Thunkey.
I will take the second watch.
You don't look too bad.
Okay. Everybody else
Right here.
asleep?
I tell the pyre bear to wait outside with next near to him.
I'm not outside. I'm like
Using his body as a door.
yeah. I'm peering out.
Right, then he'll be at the door's entrance, and I'm gonna just tap one of the rocks near him and cast a light on it, so it's gonna shine bright light in a 20-foot radius for an hour. And then go back into the cave and sleep.
I'm okay. As soon as Varkir
Say, oh, thank you, Valkyrie. I really glad you did that.
and then as soon as you go to sleep, I'm gonna step on that rock.
It's outside the cave.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you go to sleep, I'm just
gonna go out.
To give you guys some frame of reference, you guys are about 100 meters from the entrance to this
Snuff
this
out
tree,
that rock.
on the same sort of plane. Just letting you know.
Snuff it out.
do you remember that one scene in Lord of the Rings where they light that fire and then they wake up and they're like, put out that fire.
Yeah.
Kind of like that in my mind.
Yeah. It's like that
bear-
in my mind.
but I'm
and I
a
didn't even
bear's
see it
guardian.
happen.
Respectful of
PC
Bark
respectable
here.
version.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, good job.
Good job,
way to
buddy.
go.
Just gonna hang out with that rock.
The bear is there. It's just shine light on the bear.
You've made it very difficult.
Okay, so
Snuff it out. Snuff that rock.
Alright.
So wait, is light being shined on the bear right now?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna like, try to get that bear to like
not gonna move.
come in the cave. He's in the cave though, right?
No, I told him to wait outside the cave with the rock.
All right, back here, we got a problem here.
What?
I don't want to let everybody in the forest know we're here.
I need light for the bear. The bear needs a nightlight.
No, he doesn't.
No, I'll be the bear's nightlight. Trust me.
and you look over towards the bear just to like see if maybe Varkir has a point, and the bear's just like
See?
its tongue is like hanging out from an opening at its jaw. Right
He's
here.
docile right now because of the light. If it wasn't
And
for that light, he'd be
there's
super,
no
super
intelligence in
angry.
its eyes whatsoever. There's just
See?
this sort of like opaque green.
It's called a dimming light for a reason. It dims their intelligence to where they can't fight back. So, I need it there. It's a spell. You probably wouldn't have heard of it. You're Duergar. So,
I just think that maybe we should not do that.
Do you want him to go berserk?
Oh, roll for it.
He'll go berserk.
Natural 20.
Well,
Did you get a natural 20?
I got a
Yeah,
natural
he did.
20.
On?
I don't know.
On putting that light out.
versus
Putting
me
the light
say-
out.
I'm not putting the light out. You didn't say put the light out.
Well, yeah. Put the light out.
You just said roll to see if the bear needs it. Okay, so the bear, I guess the bear doesn't need it, but it's still staying there. You can cover it if you want, like, but I can't really turn it off, so it doesn't matter. It's just that way for an hour.
All right.
Unless you want to like throw it somewhere.
I'm gonna spend some time taking dirt and covering the bear in like branches and things, just like leaning it up against the bear until.
It's the rock's the one that's lighting up. Like,
What? I thought you illuminated the bear.
it's the rocks next to the bear. Outside the
Oh,
cave.
well then yeah, no, I just step on the rock.
The bear does have some green flames curling off of its skull and its shoulder blades. Dim comparatively. It's like, yeah, it's definitely not.
Look, my mission on my watch is to put out any flames or dim any light. So I'm gonna step on the rock, or like I don't put it.
Just try petting
your
the
pocket?
bear and just like
And just
good
blow
boy,
on
just
it?
trying to pat the flames.
Yeah,
out.
no, exactly. Pet, pet, pet. Pick up dirt. Pet, pet, pet. Put dirt on flames.
Put dirt
Okay.
on there.
And then as soon as there are no flames, I'm gonna watch for like another hour.
What's everyone's constitution modifier here?
4.
1.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you only need 4 hours of sleep. You only need 4 hours of sleep. You
3.
need 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
You need 5 hours of sleep. The way that this is a house rule that I just came up with to give a little bit more relevancy to Constitution, is for every modifier of Constitution, you just take an hour off of what constitutes as a long rest.
What if you can meditate?
You both have 5 constitution.
No, I said 4.
But you're just overpowered.
What?
18 of everything.
I have a
except for
9 in
charisma.
strength, 11 in dexterity,
That's not true. I have a
11 in
17
intelligence,
dexterity.
12 in wisdom. I'm a cockroach.
Okay, so after Val'raus has gone into his silent sleep, can't even hear him breathing. Same with Hercheck, Thunkey. Jurg checks in on you just to make sure that you're okay before you go to bed. Quenzel's just passed out in the corner. It's like he fell asleep with his arm against a wall, just like shoulders slumped, just.
Standing?
Yeah.
Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah, Jurg just comes up to you and he's like, "Let me know if you need anything. I'm ready. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight, but I'll try."
Mumble. Well, you didn't help much in the battle, but this is probably why. All right, you got the next watch. I'm going to bed. Make sure to wake up Hercheck after.
He turns around and then you see this slight look of like, wait a minute, on his face, and then he just looks sad as he walks away. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Wait, why is he rolling a perception check?
He's on watch.
Are you on watch?
No. Am I rolling for Jurg?
No, you're not rolling for Jurg.
Oh, I said I'm... Sorry, that wasn't clear, but I said that I am relieving myself. It sounded like Jurg was going on to
No,
watch
this is
now?
like as your watch started. Jurg like
Haven't
checks
I
in on you and then he
been
goes to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have imagined that Val'raus would waste his sleep time to argue with you for like an hour. I would have thought that would happen in like the first few minutes of your watch.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, Jurg checks in on you at the beginning and then goes to bed, or he at least lays down. And what did you get for your perception check?
Stay on watch for like 10 minutes.
2.
Quit using that dice. You need a whole new set.
Dude, I just got 2 20s. What are you talking about?
That was all the magic left in
You
it.
just see these ovals, not ovals, these spheres at the entrance to the cave of Tim's eyes as the layer of his irises that can perceive through the darkness is the only sort of sheen that can be seen in the blackness of night. And 2 hours go by. Nothing that you know or perceive happens. You go to wake up Hercheck. Hercheck is his watcher.
Hercheck, you keep an eye out. I didn't see anything.
I'll
but-
keep 2.
Oh, yeah, 2 eyes.
Because I have 2 eyes.
All right, well, I'm going to bed.
Slap him on the butt. Go to the front of the cave.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Bet it's gonna be like a 5. It's 12. It's 12.
You hear this
I
coming
take
from the cave
one
entrance
step back into the cave.
as filling only half of the size of this entrance, but still about 3 stories tall. This shadow emerges of a giant.
Backing into the cave very slowly and quietly.
Passive
Passive perception of 13.
You're just like, you just hear doof, 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 doof.
I'm in the cave, holding.
Just mumbling, you can't really hear. And then you hear
Oh, thank
as
God.
you're running away from the tree and down the mountain.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay. 2 hours go by. Nothing else happens. But you do notice when you emerge from the cave to reassume your watch after the giant leaves that there's a black form just pinned to one of the closest rocks to the entrance, slumped.
Can I?
A very large black form.
Oh. I know. I will not go inspect it.
Again, it's about 100 meters away. Okay.
I will wake up Varkir.
My watch?
Nobody else after me and Tim said literally anything. I wake you up and I say, "It's your fucking time for watch."
It's my watch right now. I volunteered for last watch, but okay.
I'm
I'll take
volunteering you where you have it right now because you didn't say shit earlier.
It was inferred. It was
Listen.
inferred.
It was in.
It was inferred.
Yes.
There was a large, what I think, giant came here.
And I take him.
I'm like, come follow me real quick.
And I point in the direction of the large black creature.
They posted it there.
Hmm.
Only one, I
Can
think.
I tell the pyre bear to go over there and blow some fire to light it up a little bit, just be a little.
Sure, and you hear the shuffling of leaves and the breaking of dried mud.
I'm still right there with him. I'm waiting to see what happens.
Takes a while as it lumbers over this sort of fleck of green highlighting light.
Any day now, is he
showing
moving?
its position. And it makes it up to the black form, and it just goes and sort of spills this green fire along the rock, and it reveals it. You see the headless form of the giant that you guys slew at the entrance, with his sort of entrails spilled out at his feet, which he wasn't like that before.
Is this a warning? Or what is this?
I don't know. But what was here ran away.
I tell the pyre bear to burn it. Well, never
Okay.
mind. I don't tell him to burn it. I say, hold that. just.
The fire bear goes, just spits out some flame, as you can see, sort of bits of its cheeks just fly out in different directions.
Tell the pyre bear to come into the cave.
Right.
Don't have it returned to the cave.
Okay, I tell the bear to just lay down next to the giant.
Okay.
Take up my original spot next to the cave entrance. Sit back down. And I just have my axe at the ready. And I just look at Val'raus.
You only have had 2 hours of sleep so far.
Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Wait, 2
Do
hours?
I need a roll
So
to
he had 2 hours of watch, and then he had no watch.
No, he had 2 hours. He's not going to sleep on his watch. So when he was watching
It's
for 2
fire
hours.
watch.
He got 2 hours of sleep,
It's Firewatch.
and then he's up.
No, I thought you were talking to me. I had 2 hours. Of sleep.
No.
You-
You've had 4 hours. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check, Rummy.
My passive perception's 13. Would I notice it if I just didn't? 19. Oh, it's cocked. I'll reroll that.
Unfortunately, that's cocked. Yeah.
5. Yeah, 5.
That's cocked again.
Why don't you just not roll on that thing?
Hey.
16.
Okay, so you hear towards the back end of your watch. And the giant is just sort of casually walking back up the mountainside, and as he's walking towards the tree, he just looks at the pyre bear, the undead pyre bear, at the feet of his slain whatever he is to this giant, and he just and he starts walking into the tree.
Okay.
Okay, your watch is over.
Okay.
2 hours
Do
ago.
I wake somebody up?
I don't know, do you?
Man, do you?
Who watches? I guess I will go and wake up. Is Quenzel still around?
Quenzel, you look, and
Why
he's just like slumped on his knees
would you use
in the
Quenzel?
corner, with his shoulder up against the stone now, and you can see some throw up on the side of his mouth, just spilling down the cave wall as well as sort of some of his garb.
Well, I look at Quenzel and I can feel it.
Come up.
I turn and I go to the to Jurg instead, and I wake him up and tell him, "Hey, it's your watch now. You're on watch with Quenzel." I'd like go and wake Quenzel up as well after that.
No.
That's fine. I wake Quenzel up as well. Like, yeah, Quenzel, you're on watch with Jurg.
And the watch goes by, and the morning comes. Yeah, I guess none of you guys would know what happens in this instance.
Unless Jurg rolled a really low perception check.
Okay, you guys are all woken by Jurg, and Barkir, you are woken before the feathery arm reaches you, more so by the stench of hangover that reaches your nostrils. It's just foul, putrid alcohol, and you are all awoken. It is actually still dim outside, but according to most all of you, it has been a full 8 hours.
You never explained why I smelled the alcohol.
Because Quenzel came to wake you up.
Oh, okay.
Thank God we made it through the night. Anybody see anything?
A giant came and posted his other giant over yonder.
How do I take along this?
Where?
Yonder.
To the left of the main
And I
entrance.
point at it with two hands.
I'm gonna go look at it.
You're gonna go up to it?
No, I'm just gonna stop at the entrance of the cave, from our cave, and then look at whatever he's pointing at.
And you see this headless, slumped shape pinned to a rock, actually tied to it by various kinds of rope, improv rope.
Yeah, I don't care where you're from.
And
That's
the
not
fire
good.
bear is laying at his feet.
Well, that's all right. Does anybody you speak giant? What's this mean?
What's this mean?
Yeah,
Dead corpse of a giant?
is it a trap? We gonna die?
Are we standing? You're standing right next to it?
No, I'm at the cave, our cave entrance, looking at it.
I think it's a warning. That's it.
I hope you're right.
Question. Does beast sense work on undead animals?
What is beast sense?
You touch a willing beast. For the duration of the spell, you can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return to your normal senses.
I would say not. No, not for an undead creature. What?
It's fucking D&D Beyond.
That goes like
Just
back
loves
all
to
the way.
just loves to be like, oh, you long rested? Well, obviously you want to close out of the app. Looks like you're done.
You're done.
Yerg, why did you say we should go back to that tree? It seems clearly nothing good comes out of that tree. Did you hear a voice? You lying?
Describe the voice that you heard. I cannot say for sure.
I did hear one of the giants yesterday mentioned something that we were keys to gain entrance to somewhere. But
You heard this?
from the giant we faced yesterday.
Ilfeld?
There was no mention of Ilfel.
Yerg, it wasn't exactly a voice per se. It was just names that came to me on a bone-chilling breeze.
Our cartographer gave me very specific directions to get to Invictarii. This tree was described in almost excruciating detail on her lips as she was dying. I think if we wish to make it to Invictarii, we may have to, unfortunately, go into the belly of the beast here.
The tree? Go through the tree?
Yes. Yeah, that's what that means.
Fuck
Did
that.
she have any tips?
Unfortunately not. She's never been here.
Oh, man.
She's read in books and stories.
Can I... So there's still mice, right?
Yeah.
Man. I feel like
Well-
that's not gonna help at all.
Times like this, I look to my WWKTD tattoo, you know? What would King Triandal do? I say we go in.
I agree.
I didn't know the man, but goddamn it, he'd do it for us. Am I right?
From the stories
Yeah.
you've heard of him,
That's
probably-
as
Hey.
much confidence as I need.
Y-
And then we're...
Let's
But
let's-
then...
let's-
Trust me,
let's
we know King Triandal.
bust out some of your special brew. It's one of those moments. I need lots of liquid courage.
I'm gonna pour everyone a glass.
Can I
Quinzel, I'm
get
sorry,
some
but
of
you're
that,
no
please?
Quinzel. We
Oh,
see how
You're
combat
still
effective
drunk.
I'm not. No.
you are. I give him a small thing, you know, just
We'll
to take
give
the
him a
edge off.
shot. Just to help with the hangover.
All right, everybody, grab a cup. We have lots of cups, right?
Something like that, yeah, sure.
I don't grab one.
That's fine.
Come on, part of
It's-
the moment.
It's fine.
Peer pressure.
No, if he doesn't want to drink, you should respect his wishes.
Is Is this the Horfeed brew?
We could die.
Horror feed?
Horfeed.
And I want to have a sharp
Horfeed?
mind.
In a previous session, you one
No,
of
I
the-
know.
It's called Horfeed.
I
yeah.
know.
Okay.
Horfy.
We've only
That
ever
was a
heard of
bad
it.
batch.
It was a bad batch.
It was good at the time, but this has improved tenfold.
No kidding. There are whispers of this in capital Capilico.
Ah, I made it that far.
Thunkey brews the best.
I am the
This is
best.
the Thunkey Beerbot.
Yeah.
Ah, then let us drink, for it might be the last one we have.
And it'll be the best one you'll ever have.
Last and best. It's looking to be a hell of a day.
I'm gonna pour everyone a drink.
You just see Hercheck take some beef jerky.
Or like maybe you pretend and it just gets in your
She's
beard
like, "Ah."
instead.
Straight edge.
Did he say this?
Quenzel did.
Barbarian that doesn't drink. I'm just gonna drink some more.
I'll take his.
Hercheck remembers this.
Hercheck remembers.
The Hercheck, remember.
Good. Next time you'll
Um,
drink.
Okay, as Thunkey, the very last cup is filled about 90% of the way as the last drip of your brew comes out. And you look at, you just like examine your casket that you hang on your back, and there's like many different punctures in it from various different instances. And this is just sort of like the last strong residual sum that was at the base of it.
Wow. That's sad.
Okay, and you all take your various forms of cups, and Jurg holds his in the center, and he goes,
Oh, this... I didn't think that I would have comrades so shortly after the death of my original crew. No one can ever replace them, but you... I feel like this is a good start.
"Fuck yeah!" Quenzel puts his in.
I'm gonna try to like, I'm gonna put my cup in, but I'm also gonna like kind of elbow Quenzel's like, so that his is still in, but I move his so his is here and not like joining the group completely.
Come
Go
on.
ahead and roll.
It's now no time for that.
Roll sleight of hand.
Let's see
to
where
if
that
you
got us
notice
last time. Come on.
it.
Oh, let me look. I roll a 21.
Wow.
Doesn't notice shit.
Yeah, Quenzel is just eagerly like, "I'm part of the gang! Let's go!" Berg, are you drinking?
Hmm?
Okay.
I lightly sip on it.
Everybody holds up their various cups
Wait,
in the
swirling it
center.
like-
And
I was picturing like we clank together, but now I feel like it's more of that scene where we're all just like solemnly drinking,
Like
And,
terrified.
you know, like smoking a cigarette after you've just encountered near-death engagement.
you can definitely see that in Jurg's eyes, like this sort of like he has accepted what is to come, and this could very well be the last drink. And it's not a solemn energy that he's giving; it's more of like a, well, let's go out with a bang. And he thrusts his cup in the center.
Spilling some of everybody else's.
And you see Quenzel just like desperately trying to catch the spillage.
I too will thrust mine in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Feign confidence
I'll
and
tap it in the center.
courage.
I smell fear on you all.
Good.
Yeah. That is fear.
You need to have a good sense of smell.
I
Pretty
definitely
sure I
smell
reek
it on
of
you,
it.
Jurg. It's pungent.
That's the origin of courage. is
I'll
it
show you
not?
pungent.
It's fear.
I don't know
Don't-
what
We
your
need
crew
to
told you.
go.
The only sober
My
one
God.
Yeah. Like,
eating beef jerky over there.
We're having intelligent
So
conversation.
tired.
Yeah,
of it.
just like, when all seems lost.
Is he drunk already?
Of course not. Okay. As you guys down your alcoholic liquid, Yer goes,
Wow. The stories were true. You've got something to live for, Thunkey.
I hope so. I hope I live through this.
Let's try and make that happen.
Let's live to drink again.
To drink another day.
Sorry.
That's my spot.
Right now, we need to make it to Lunar.Lolita.
Perhaps we
I say the best option we have available is the tree, unfortunately.
All right, lead the way. I'll be right behind you.
We know there's at least one giant
I
in
will
that
lead
tree
the way.
left, so
I'm heading towards the tree on the perception,
tell the bear to follow.
looking around,
Hop
hearing
back
for
on.
any loud footsteps, thumping.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
10.
You just hear that breathing getting stronger and stronger as you get closer to the tree.
Let's
let's
match the breathing.
I hop off.
Chilling breeze comes from the. It's almost like pushed out of the entrance of the tree with every breath.
Around
off
like
the-
50 meters
the
prior to getting it to the entrance. Just I want to kind of like veer off, get to a tree that's that'll obscure the line of sight to us.
There's no real trees in this immediate area. It's just like boulders, large boulders, and like varying sizes of boulders piled around this.
Anything that would be able to decently give us some cover.
Okay, are you?
Can I tell the bear to go up to the entrance of the tree?
Sure.
Like,
as you
I'm
guys
off the
as-
bear.
As you guys are hiding, you hear this
I hop off the bear, and the bear goes to the
as the bear is walking towards the entrance, and it's still this very sort of dull orange luminescence that illuminates the area.
Wait. I hate having to do this in combat.
And I'm gonna hold my hand out, snap my finger, and then like bring my hand around in a circle, and you're gonna see like magic blue dust fall on me. And I just cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
It lasts for 8 hours. Nice.
I would also like to cast Pass Without Trace on all of this.
Okay, roll a stealth check, everyone, if that's what you're trying to do.
We're being stealthy.
Yeah, we should.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should be behind this tree or behind this boulder.
And it has plus 10.
To stealth check.
17
dice.
at advantage.
No. So 16. Yeah. I have scale mail on, so yeah.
Oh, that was at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
rolled.
Good to know.
Scale mail.
You have plus 3.
Yeah, it says it
Yeah,
has
but
a little
plus
weird
10, so
symbol
I
next to it, and it says
Yeah.
stealth.
Disadvantage.
So I guess it's disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I think chain
15.
up is at disadvantage. Okay. What did everybody roll?
17.
18.
15.
16.
Thank God we had. That was Trace. I'm.
How quickly you think the
If
demon?
it means anything, I'm trying to match the breathing. Yeah. Yeah.
Did Jurgen
Old cave technique.
Jurgen Quenzel roll theirs?
Oh, good point. Jurg just goes into the ground, and you feel this slight vibration on the left side, like every left footstep is like this
He's a graboid. I knew it.
tingly feeling.
Hercheck smirks a little bit, remembering the last battle with the bears. And doing the same thing. Like, pussy.
Okay, the you guys make it behind this sort of like outcropping of rocks. Actually, a point before the giant that is pinned to the rock that you guys slayed, and your bear. You all watch make it up to the entrance, and his head disappears in the blackness of the entrance. And what do you want him to do?
Just a slight billow of fire. Nothing damaging, just like a torch thing. Just to light up the area. Like maybe his eyes light up a little more or something.
Okay. You see this, like, it's almost like the head just lulls, and at the lowest point of the lull, fire just like lazily falls out of his mouth and highlights some of the entrance, and you can see just like almost thinner vines and roots curling down the edges of the entrance. As this bear does this, the breathing, one beat of it becomes more prevalent than the rest, and you just hear.
So that tells the bear to stop and back away.
Bear backs down.
Yeah.
The entrance.
So, something in there, yeah. Still a giant, probably. The last one, maybe.
Yeah, we know.
The last one.
Yeah, hopefully.
Could be a guard protecting the entrance to something.
What if you put your tidal wave into the cave, and then I'll cast lightning bolt and electrify the shit out of that giant?
Do we
How
know if he's
about-
What if we
Do we know
miss?
if he's hostile?
How about you do that, but let me go first?
No,
Let-
what?
Let's wait until we
We'll
actually
all
see
stand
it.
on a boulder so we don't get electrified.
No,
We
it's
have
fine.
no idea if
We
that'll
need-
actually.
We need to
do
check this
anything.
tree out.
Let's just go in.
Let
stealthy.
me go in first.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
All right, I will. I'm just gonna start making my way towards the tree.
I would like to prepare lightning bolt.
Tidal wave.
Varkir, give me.
Lightning bolt tidal wave as a reaction.
If there is a thing, another black giant, I will instinctively rage at the thought of it. But I am
Ow.
going forward. Before that, Varkir,
Hmm.
have your bear be on the ready
He'll be
to
ready.
get me out of there.
He'll be ready. Okay. Like I said, also, I'm gonna tap Hercheck's shoulder and cast Sanctuary on him, just in case there's something attacks him.
Okay.
As he goes up there.
I'm walking forward.
Oh, you know what?
So marching order is Hercheck, and then
Dim.
Me.
Give me some
Thunkey?
space, just in case.
Quenzel's going to be in between Thunkey and Varkir, and Yurg, as you guys meet the entrance, which are these roots, sort of coming out of the entrance. Yurg comes up and crawls out of the ground and starts walking with you guys as well, and he'll take up the rear. And you can see Quenzel is actually walking a little bit more confidently now as he goes, I'm starting to get a taste of this ground warfare.
Good.
Did you guys
Shut
see
up,
what we
Quenzel.
did?
Shut up.
Sorry. Okay, you approach the entrance step by step.
Yeah, are you guys like? I was thinking like you guys be like at least 50 feet behind me, some good amount of distance.
We'll gladly be 50 feet.
Yeah.
You don't
behind
have
you.
dark vision?
No.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I
fine.
want you guys
It's fine.
like
He wanted to go first.
just in case something
You
happens.
wanted to go
I had
first.
just bunch of health.
So wait, do you still have pass without trace?
He does, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm going straight into the tree. My stealth doesn't really matter. Your guys' stealth matters.
Okay.
Okay, so I am heading into the tree.
Okay. Again, this entrance it's hard to put a number to it in your mind. As the closer you get to it, the more enormous it becomes, and you walk into its. Are you keeping on the sides or just going to the center?
Straight in.
Step by step, approaching this huge black portal. Sound starts to dissipate in front of you as it's just flowing through the enormity of this entrance, and you see small as you round the top of it and finally get inside of the entrance. You see these small little embers lighting the way, and you hear the even more than ever as a bit of wind passes through you, and you can see the entrance goes down as roots pile into the tree and arc outwards, and about 50 yards in front of you, it looks like there's another tree growing inside of this, growing inside of the entrance of this tree, and it quickly turns to darkness that you can't perceive past that tree. In that tree, with branches piercing through the shoulders and random bits of its abdomen and legs, is another giant just standing in a relaxed position with his eyes closed, his head down.
Black one?
Just, a black giant, just breathing.
Alright. I will turn around, walk out, and say to them, there's another giant within the tree, but there's also a tree growing in the tree. Treeception.
And the ceiling is about 175 feet high.
I don't mention that to them.
As the bulk of what you saw was 50 yards in front of you, this tree, the rest is black.
Was there a door in this treeception?
I could not see one, but I think it is safe enough for us to go in, approach the giant.
I could
We
try
can
and
approach the giant?
polymorph.
It seems to be punctured through many of its body parts.
Is it alive?
Yes.
Oh, satanic. Or what's it called when you like pain?
Masochist.
Yeah, massive.
Beasticus.
Satan.
They're the same, aren't they? Just kidding.
Satanic.
I could try a polymorph one. That thing.
I should talk to it first.
You're gonna talk to it?
Alright, well, I'll get.
Then
I'll
you
have
could
polymorph at the ready.
Are we heading in?
I guess so.
Okay, we're heading in. I am first.
Okay.
Same kind of thing. If
You're like 10
No.
feet ahead of everybody?
yeah, I'll be like a little bit ahead of everybody, and then as soon as if the giant comes off of the branches or another giant appears, I'm raging.
Okay. The closer you get, the more you start to see braziers on the side of the wall, much higher than you are, about 30 feet high. And this, the inside of the tree expands to two different areas on the left and right side of this sort of central tree with the sleeping giant on it. And those, both the left and the right, sort of descend into blackness as well. But the closer you get, the more is revealed, and you are about 30 feet from this giant, getting closer.
I'll stop.
And closer.
Stop.
Okay. 28 feet from this.
Thank you. Jeez. You are 2 feet in front of this giant. No. I just look at Tim and I just go.
I prepare polymorph.
Okay.
I just go in giant, awaken.
Awaken. Okay.
Not like, excuse me?
Awaken. Okay. Are you saying it just like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You see it shift a little bit in its place, and it doesn't get up.
It's dead. I say it a little bit louder.
Roll a performance check. Just charisma roll. Straight charisma.
11.
It sort of presses against the tree a little bit and stands up firm as sort of some blood comes out of the wounds that the branches are making, and its eyes alight, and it looks directly at you, and then from you to your party, its eyes gaze down the line, and you see the smirk cross across its face. And again, sort of through the as much as you understand giant, this is like a corrupted, more primal version of it. And again, you only really understand some words.
Yeah, bits and pieces.
And it says, the gist of what it says through is sort of like, why do you present yourselves to us? The moment is now.
You see me just fucking bring out the axe and stomp in a rage.
I polymorph.
Okay. Polymorph, rage, and you're now getting... This is an act of aggression? I guess he is definitely, as his finger sort of extends over your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean...
Alright.
Can I rush at the tree?
I tell them prior to raging what he said.
Your polymorph, as you hold up your fingers and sort of like try and squish him down to a smaller size, he looks at you and your fingers end up around his jaw, and the smile just gets larger and larger as you're now focusing on his malicious, joyous nature as he slurps off of the tree now. And what did you want to do?
I told them prior to raging what it said to me, or what I understood.
Oh, okay. Then he said pretty much the same thing. Like, you guys are offering yourselves to us. Okay, roll for initiative. You are holding lightning, and you already used your reaction, unfortunately.
Wait, sorry, he passed it? He beat it?
He did. He beat it.
Oh.
19. I rolled with advantage because I have advantage on...
I know. I read. I know things now.
What did he roll?
Initiative?
What did he roll?
He rolled a 19 plus.
A shit ton. Automatically assume the modifier is a plus 10 on everything.
Okay.
It's only plus 4
Teen.
on that one. So, Hercheck, you are 28 feet from this giant as slurps off of these branches, smaller than the other one, but still just as there's almost an air of intelligence that the other ones didn't have that this one has that sort of puts you on edge. 20 to 25 for initiative.
19.
Okay. Anybody
No.
else? 15 to 20.
No, 19.
I know, I got you.
Not 19.
10 to 15.
19.
13.
What'd you get, Tim?
I got 10.
Okay. And you?
6.
Okay.
One.
Okay, Hercheck, you are up as this giant is
Brown bear.
smiling at you, looking at your party as though everything has aligned itself. And he takes one step forward, and that's the best he can do right now.
Okay, I am holding both attacks recklessly for when he comes
So
closer.
Just a 6 then.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for... just that. Because I want somebody else with range to do stuff before I just charge in.
Barkier, you're up.
Okay, so...
I wanted to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
How dare
you said
you.
you were holding your action.
My action. not
Okay,
my-
what are you saying?
What
do you ask of us or want of us?
In giant.
It's not his turn, so... Well, I guess it's... action hasn't happened yet, so he doesn't exactly know what Tim tried to do. But you did pull out your axe.
Yeah.
So it is ready as soon as anything through the group presents itself as aggressive. And what you can clearly make out among the garbledness is...
What? So you asked,
And
what
then,
do you want
and then
from
like,
us?
origin.
What?
Okay.
So he asked, what do you want from us, basically?
Yep.
And he said...
And actually, you all heard
Ildfell
from this
origin?
exchange Ildfell as well, because Ildfell is giant for Land of the Giants. So you all just sort of heard him like,
So something about the origin of Ildfell.
You don't know.
Oh. You gonna tell us?
It's not my turn.
It's
Isn't
still,
it?
I would say it's still free currently. Nobody gets a reaction at this point,
Hmm.
but he's taking a step towards you with every second that passes.
Just kill it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then Hercheck, you held your turn. Barkir, you are up.
I
realsies
would... So I would like to look at him and cast Blight at him. I
Blight?
guess. Hmm?
Burplight?
Blight.
Blight. Okay.
Blight, yes. 30 foot, one action.
What is your
I hold,
mannerism?
I'm on the top of the bear. I hold my
Okay, so
hand.
the bear was separate.
Oh yeah, he is separate. I keep thinking I'm on top of him now as you said that. So I hold my hand out, and a necromantic energy washes over a creature of your choice as you can see within range, draining moisture and vitality from it. The target must make a Constitution saving throw.
That seems pretty
Do they have
good.
the beat?
14.
Oh
I
my
definitely
God.
beat it. Yeah. All right then. So it does nothing. Just psh,
What color is this spray?
just a dark purple, like ghost mist stuff that's like curling towards
a
him.
dark purple fog, condensed fog, just spews at this creature, and he holds up one of his runes in his hands and just starts billowing around him as part of it is actually just sucking up this this element.
Oh.
Next up is the giant and Hercheck, since you are...
He takes half as much damage on a successful one.
Oh, roll for damage. Actually,
Yeah, you rolled a natural 20.
he
didn't
rolled a
it?
natural 20. I'm sorry. In this home rules game, it does nothing to him.
So
As
this-
his face presses through the fog, and it's more of the confident smile towards you all.
So does this guy,
Beautiful,
does this giant have those like spike things coming off of it as well?
Same sort of bone shard sticking through him. As
So
before.
Remember, I have Sanctuary.
as a
You
bonus,
no longer have sanctuary.
How
long does it last?
A minute.
Oh.
That's not quite.
I don't know. It's been like a minute. Totally. Just not even 30 seconds.
As a bonus
I mean, we
action,
killed 2 pyre bears and a giant within 10 minutes.
As a bonus action, I want to tell the bear to like blow fire at him. Blow fire. Well, actually, the bear has his own turn. Never mind.
The bear to oh, okay, yeah. You can decide just to make things easier to make it on your turn.
Well, when it's his turn, I want him to blow fire.
Okay. The giant takes a step forward through the pressing of purple fog against him, and he's going to take out this. It just looks like a wrapped together collection of bones from different species in the shape of a club, with some more jagged pieces sticking out. And he's going to jump at you, Hercheck, and just swipe.
As soon as he
at
comes
you.
into range, I double attack him.
So he's jumps towards you, and you get an opportunity to attack first.
Natural 16 plus a lot.
Okay, so that hits.
10 bludgeoning,
And your rage was a free action
Yeah.
because it was the first thing you did.
Oh, cool. So dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
For the this is let's put that for
Actually,
6 and then
Dexterity saving throws, I think you get
advantage
on
if I can
those.
see him. 16 again.
plus a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so taking 2...
20 does he make the dexterity saving throw?
Well, you'll see. Roll for damage.
It was 6 lightning, 20 bludgeoning.
6 lightning, 20 total?
20
across
total.
both attacks?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you, as he sort of leaps forward towards you, you jump towards him, lower, slide on the ground, slash his ankle just as he lands, spin around, and slash again with your great axe, cleaving flesh, just splattering on the roots on the ground, and you see the familiar sort of culminating of blue energy start to collect around his wounds, and blue flash highlights around his waist as one of his charms flares to light, and as your blue energy collects and slams down on the wounds, he grabs the lightning, and you can see it sort of squirming in his hands, and he looks at you, and he smiles this really almost familiar smile, as though he's realized something, and he kicks you away from him. This is something that is, believe it or not, a reaction from him. So he kicks you away from him about 25 feet. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
$16.
Does not beat it. As you don't take any damage, you guard from the brunt of it and slide away. And he turns around and he looks at you all, and almost like he sternly calms down and wipes his hand across and points like, "Stay." And he looks back at Hercheck with the lightning still coiling and curling around his fist, and he throws it in between him and Hercheck, and he stares Hercheck in the eyes as this lightning is just almost keeping it stable in between the epicenter of him and Hercheck. And Hercheck, you feel the symbol of Rahum flare up, and you feel a whisper in your mind say, "Embrace it." And as he holds his hand out, he's looking for you. He's looking at you as this now lightning energy is pushing towards you.
I'll do it back. Like, try to control it.
No, you.
Roll a. Let's see, what would this be?
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate. Roll with advantage a wisdom check.
Damn. Oh, okay. 11.
Just not cut. Yeah,
No,
it's
I
got-
don't. I don't do wisdom.
As you feel your mind connect to this electric tendril of energy, just swirling between you two, almost being pushed back and forth, and you can feel it between you and him, and you can feel the power struggle between you both. And his charm is still sort of flaring up, and you both are holding still as it highlights even more blue. It's like a Kamehameha equilibrium moment between you and him. Roll another wisdom saving throw.
I want to.
advantage.
I want to close my eyes and I want to think of my deity at this time, just like, help me.
Okay.
Nine.
So I have a spell called Bend Luck. It seems like I can move it or use it at this time, but I just want to make sure.
He warned you not to.
As everybody behind this giant feels the wave of energy, almost like pushing them back, as the any sort of skin or fabric on this giant and on your clothes is flapping out towards the entrance, as Hercheck is now separated by both the giant and this pillar of electric energy. What are you doing right now?
I'm just seeing which dice actually rolls. Well, there we go. This is now the dice.
Okay.
All the other ones were like 8 and lower. the entire time.
You can see it ripping and searing through the roots towards you, 20 feet, or I'm sorry, 10 feet away, 8 feet away, 7 feet away, before it starts to get close enough for you to just get in your control once more. What are you doing?
Using Bend Luck. It's a reaction, so I'm not sure if I can use it now or only when something is used against me. But it says basically, when another creature you can see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can use your reaction to spend 2 sorcery points to roll an additional 1d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty to the creature's roll. So I'd be adding it to Hercheck's.
Okay, you got a 9 or a 6?
9.
9.
Do you want to? Okay, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You see this struggle and notice the mono.
I mean, is it
mono-
obviously is losing?
Do it very silently.
you can see sort of shards of wood splintering from the ground as the pillars coursing towards Hercheck. As the giant is pushing his hand forward, and you can see the same familiar curling of energy around his forearm. 4. Okay, so with 13, you catch it, and you can see some electric energy leap from your arm and add to the pulse, sending it back towards him, keeping another state of equilibrium. And at this point, you can see the blackness that you're used to on these giants from this giant's hand, as this is what is emanating the energy pushing forward. It's peeling away to reveal this almost pale blue skin underneath. And his teeth is just grated at this point, and he's just clenching them, trying to push forward. Roll another wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my.
No.
Okay.
I can do it again, as long as I have sorcery points.
What did you get?
The first one was a 5, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say the first one, only the second one.
Why you give me wisdom ever?
It's the only way to explain this connection to your deity right now, and
It's the worst way to do it.
it's ripping through. As you can feel now, the heat from this energy pushing towards you. Roll one more time with advantage.
Is advantage?
I'm not gonna bother with it. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Boom.
You're
Thank
pushed back as you can feel the whipping, slashing energy, cutting your cheek, cutting your shoulder, cutting your legs, just searing your skin around you, as you can almost feel the column of electric energy in the palm of your hand. And there's one last connection, one moment of silence as you hear the whisper, "Release it," in your mind, and you grab it just as he did and throw it forward as it collects into a ball and shoots out in about a *10 effect of lightning bolt that you've seen Thunkey and Tim wield before. If anything, you're emanating.
It's like Gohan.
Yeah.
Cell series.
You are imitating the motions that they've done to control this lightning, and you feel it just pulse through, almost coming from exactly your heart, through your arm at this giant, and it goes and sears up the giant's body as just smoke is billowing out. And he roll a dexterity saving throw.
Am I behind the giant?
No, you're in front of the giant. As you have collected every piece of electric energy that was inside of this chamber, and you thrust it forward at this giant in this pure beam of searing blue and white twisting energy, and you just sear through half of his body and his organs up through his neck, and his entire torso is now just gaping, and smoke is billowing out. As what did you guys roll? Quenzel flaps his wings and gets out of the way, and Jurg sort of throws up some stone to shatter as the giant falls down on him.
I got a 9.
Can we get the pass without trace addition to this?
No, you can't.
It's fine. 11.
5.
What'd you get?
That's a 9.
9. Okay, wow, all of you fail. Okay.
This works perfectly. Right into my
Let's
trap.
see, 3 stories high, a d8 for each story, 7, 7, 4, 18 points of
Oh, okay.
bludgeoning damage as this limp, heavy body with shards sticking out of him slams into you guys and presses you guys down, knocking the wind from you, and you just crawl your way out as that is one more severed knock on your belt. And as this giant falls down and you crawl up through the smoke as it dissipates away, you can see Hercheck just breathing heavily with his hand, the same sort of billowing of smoke coming off of his hand as your hand is like... Yeah. Part of it is, almost from your forearm to your fingertips, is completely numb.
What?
I'm gonna inspect his hand. Looking at it like, how did he do that? Why aren't my lightning bolts like that?
I internally just close my eyes, and as my fist is closed, thank you.
Okay, you guys hear the breathing again pulse through the chamber.
Could I go over to the giant? And...
What, are you gonna
Wait,
loot
is
it?
still in
You
combat?
gonna loot it, Rummy?
Wait, no longer in combat.
I want to figure
Oh,
out
he's
why
dead?
the giant's lightning was able to why he was able. I want to look at that thing that caught Hercheck's lightning and see why it caught it.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
We are out of combat.
Yeah, everybody is out of combat right now.
Okay. I'm gonna slip out from under the giant.
Yeah, you guys all.
20 natural.
You saw it easily enough. You were keen. Rummy, put your. You were keen enough to notice exactly where it came from, the pulse of blue energy, to notice that something was interesting about the exchange that just happened. And you go right up to it, and it is a rectangular talisman charm with a very crude etching of a closed eye on it.
I untie it and I go over to Hercheck and just tap it with him, or to touch it to him,
Okay, Hercheck Barkir is coming up to you with this charm. Hercheck Barkir is he's presenting you this 12 inches tall by 10 inches wide charm that was hanging from this giant's waist.
This stopped your lightning. What?
With my good hand, I'll reach out and touch it
Well, I was still holding it.
Oh.
while he's holding it.
With your good hand?
Yeah.
You see the symbol of the eye and it resonates with you, the closed eye, and it resonates with you. You don't know why, it's inexplicable, but this charm is soothing. As the closer you reach your arm to it, the more comfortable you become, and it seems odd now comparatively to know that this came from a creature such as these dark entities are.
Can I roll this charm? Is it metal or is it foldable?
It's like wood.
Oh, so it's a wood charm.
Almost like a crystallized wood.
Well, then I guess I stick it in Hercheck's belt. There you go. I don't know. I don't have pockets, so I don't know where to
You
put
can feel
it.
that this would take some time to fully understand. Maybe about a half an hour.
Then I will. I guess I'll grab the rune and. I don't know what happened, but I believe the giant is dead.
Looked pretty cool.
Felt cool. Not really.
I
So I
felt
shake
it.
my hand.
I felt it. Anybody else notice black coming off the creature's skin?
Yeah.
They may be,
We should walk over to the body. Let's
Alright.
walk.
Aren't we?
I
think everybody else but
Barkir and I
you.
will walk over to the body as they're over there. Is it still breathing?
No. it's like you can see that its torso is just split diagonally from waist to shoulder, as almost like many feet inside of its organs has been seared and revealed and then cauterized immediately.
Okay.
It looks like
it's spilling out.
He had mentioned keys. Remember when I said keys earlier? I believe the same giant this one was talking about the same thing. Maybe we are the only ones that could get into Ilfell, or at least open the door.
I think there's something wrong with these giants. Maybe we can help them. I'm sure they won't help us, but maybe
go up to the
we can help
giant
them.
like
Perhaps.
has the blue arm, you said?
He has sort of, it's like all of his fingers have been revealed to be this light blue skin underneath it, and you can see sort of towards the base of its wrist this thick layer of what seems almost like tar mixed with blood.
So can I do a history check to see if these guys are actually black giants or like some different giant that they just like got banished or something?
Yeah, do a history check at advantage. Here.
Can I look around this area to see like an entrance or like another door?
Yeah.
I guess as they're doing this, I'm just going to take out the piece of wood and just
So that's 16.
think
Good
about
history.
it, do stuff with it, expect it, feel it, taste it.
Okay. So you're inspecting the wood. You're doing a history check. You are looking around, percepting.
I'm going
you
to
rolled a 16.
Percepting?
Okay.
Oh.
And Tim, you are.
Trying to inspect his body, see if there's any kind of like magic involved with
Okay. I will
blackness.
go in circle. I'll start with Bark here. With a 16, you didn't think about it at first, but the color of the skin heavily reminds you of the storm giants that came to your aid in the battle
Storm
at Val'raus
giants?
Reach.
Oh.
These were pivotal in at least the time that you remember, still the ongoing war at Val'raus Reach. They came to your aid from the Gragnar Mountains. And this
Jarring my
now
memory.
puts a puzzle into your mind of like, what happened? How did they become this?
How did they fall so far, it seems? Alright then, I guess so. So I'll puzzle over that, like mumbling to myself while staring at them. Perhaps.
Okay. You Bark here stares up in this moment of realization. Thunkey, what did you get on your perception check?
I don't remember. So it's 20, not natural.
20? No.
Do you guys hear that? Do any of you hear that?
No, I'm focused on my own thing.
I didn't roll a perception.
There's something coming from the left.
Does it sound
It
bad?
I can't tell. Parts of it sound horrible.
Should we run?
I think we should be cautious. But I'm gonna head to the left.
Can we do that? Pass with that trace thing?
Isn't it still?
Maybe we should
Yeah, it's select.
be stealthy.
It seems like it changed directions. I think it's coming from the right now.
Well, that's scary. Sounds
Yeah, I
very
know.
fast.
I know. So I'm gonna head to the right.
Okay, and all of you see, as you came down the entrance, exiting from the outside, coming into the inside of this tree, again, sort of 50 yards in front of you, there's this, honestly, larger than most any other tree you've seen as well, inside of this tree, holding the giant as he came off. And then to both the left and right of the, I suppose from your perspective, the right and left of this central tree are other paths in chambers. The path to the right, the closer you get, the path to the left, the closer you get, reveals it to be a little bit of a smaller, narrower chamber leading to a larger area. To the right, it's almost like a completely open space as you're following the wall, brazier by brazier.
Heading down that way.
Okay, following the edges of this tree to the right. Is everybody following? Anybody doing anything different?
I rolled a Arcana check on that thing. I would like to check it out before we leave. The dead giant.
Okay, what are you trying to arcanate?
See the origin of this blackness.
Okay, go ahead. What'd you roll?
15.
15. There's nothing magical really about this substance that is covering them. It really is like a very, very viscous, dense ichorous black with blood in between it. You don't know what the secondary substance that this is combined with is, but it's almost as though they're coating their flesh and hair and skin with this substance. It's not magical in nature, though.
Whoa! Okay.
But you do notice with that check that the runes belong to bones of many different kinds of beasts, and each rune or each bone rune embedded in its skin has a different sort of different symbol on it, and each one you can tell is a give and take relationship. For every boon that these runes provide, it takes something from the host.
All right. Well, what? No part in that. I'm gonna crouch down and try to be sneaky.
Okay. Hercheck, you were
And follow.
looking at the bone. Looking at the sort of crystallized, fossilized wood. What'd you roll?
Oh, was I rolling something for
I
this?
guess, yeah. Roll either an Arcana
No.
or a. Okay. Yeah. You.
This is about to be.
sense
This
of
is about to be thrown.
The sense of warmth. You still feel. It's almost like this.
I was distracted by
motherly
something.
Feeling, from it, but it's like the feeling is strong enough to make you not think about much else aside from you can't sort of pierce the meaning of the closed eye in the fossilized wood. Here.
Okay. I will. I don't know, I'm just gonna put it off to the side, just back where it was.
Okay.
Like I will try to do this.
Okay, and Thunkey is now sort of leading the way to the right.
Like,
of
looks
the chamber
like-
that you guys are in.
Hello? Hey!
Yeah.
I'm following Thunkey. And being sneaky.
Okay, roll
Yeah.
another stealth check, because the last time you guys rolled was outside of the street.
I rolled a 16.
Is that including the 10?
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I check the body for just any like loot or anything?
Roll an investigation check.
I rolled a 25 for
No.
stealth.
Did I hop back
It's a
on?
fucking
if I
horrible
hop
night
back
for
on
me.
the bears, do I still do a stealth check or with the thing or no?
It would be still a disadvantage, yeah.
All right, then I'll stay off the bear and I'll have the bear like follow. 50,
Bear
50,
also
Stealthily.
rolls at disadvantage.
50
with a
feet,
negative
50 feet behind
4.
us. 50 feet behind us.
50 feet. Okay.
This is for me. Disadvantage. That's a 7. And that's a 10. So it's 17.
What's
For
your
the-
dexterity?
0. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So the bear gets a 15 for the first one, and a 1 for the next one. So he has no stealth.
And one for the next
Bear
one.
just Farting up a storm.
Okay, you guys are pressing along this wall, and it starts to arc counterclockwise inward, ever so slowly. And keeping your hand on the wall, you see, you start to feel, instead of sort of like the wood root lining of this tree chamber, start to feel more of a stony material. It's almost like woven in between the wood, and it goes from sort of like cracked stone to all the way smooth. And Tim has incredible night vision, or dark vision. And I think Hercheck, are you the only one who does not? You start to see these, your fingers start to cross across like powder. And you look up, and about midway through this chamber, whereas everything to the left of you is still barely lit, you can only see to the extent of your dark vision. The braziers are lighting up parts of this chamber to reveal huge depictions of just many different scenes. I would, if anybody wants to analyze these, you're gonna have to roll an investigation check or a perception check.
I'm gonna look for anything that looks like the chosen ones, and I'm gonna see if they look like us.
Okay.
7.
What is this, investigation?
Investigation.
21.
21. Hercheck, what did you do? What did you get?
No.
What'd you roll?
A 4.
Okay. Tim, what'd you roll?
7.
Can I do a history check on these walls to see if they do depict history of Ildfell or anything like that, or what they depict? I guess. I guess it'd be insight or something.
Yeah, go for it.
14. Is history or insight?
History.
Okay, history. So 14, 15, so 17. Wait, yeah, 17.
Actually, I'm sorry. It wouldn't be history because you're not familiar with the history of this, so it wouldn't exactly give you.
So it'd be an insight check. I mean, trying to figure out what this is about, or
maybe.
just investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's just so that's then a 14 then.
Okay, Thunkey, you see there are primarily, it's like very crude sort of cave paintings on these stones. One that you see stands out in almost the center of this chamber is this large tree with its branches arcing upward, and standing on the branches as sort of crude figures are blue individuals with fiery red hair. And you notice that they have some of their limbs are missing, bandaged up. Some of them have bandages over their eyes, and the roots of the tree, as it goes from the base, the roots arc downwards as they are weaving over this black and deep orange door. Black and deep orange in different parts. The roots are just like curling over this closed door, and under the roots, as the roots are sort of like spreading outward, are black figures with wild black hair as well. And the 21. You see to the left of that, and on the door you see what looks like a symbol of another tree. This one catches you. Most of it actually reminds you of with the 21. Most of it reminds you of the symbol that you all carry on you currently. Rahum's symbol. Except it's slightly different. Instead of the branches spreading wildly outward like Rahum's symbol, they spread wildly, but in a more fine line, in almost the shape of a sword going upwards. As it's like pretty much just imagine a wild electric tree where the branches coalesce into the shape.
Do you want to ask Rahum about this, Tim?
About what? I see nothing. Despite my dark vision, everything looks kind of blurry in here.
I'm gonna bring everyone around me and then just like explain it all. You see this there, and then you see this there. It's all connected like this.
Okay.
Though I will.
So you say it's Rahum
It
markings
looks like
and stuff?
Rahum's mark, except it's more in the shape of a sword going upwards.
I'm gonna put my hands on my scarred mark of Rahum, close my eyes, and try to meditate, but try and speak to Rahum, see if I get trying to ping him.
Maybe if we all use our mark together, maybe we'll be able to open the door.
And you reach down and you can see that your mark is still faded, and it does almost look calloused at this point. It's got a slight, very, very dim, almost imperceptible blue radiance to it, but it's devoid of its once vibrant light.
That's just his?
It's pretty much his mainly. Everybody else still has like a dim light to it. But yeah, his definitely looks like it's almost burning itself into his flesh.
Well,
Okay.
I just like saying vibrant like that.
Vibrant.
wow.
I
Just
was
gonna
curious.
play that out loud.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I want to make sure we were talking about the same word.
You also see depictions of what honestly sort of stands out among the rest. You see this serpent creature with its serpentine tail weaving around a humanoid figure of red color from half of its face below, and it has this single black horn, as it's not in a fetal position so much, it's just curling in on itself and it's yelling. And you can see that it's got a handle in one hand, and you can see almost like comets shooting out from the epicenter of the serpentine creature and the humanoid in the center, just different pieces going to different other symbols. But you can't quite make enough out of it, so you just continue on.
All right.
Okay. Is that about all the time? Do you want to analyze these things more, or keep pressing on?
We need to move.
Yeah, but that was a great cave painting.
I didn't make 2
Here
cents.
we go.
And you can see as you're sort of going down the wall, just like making pieces of it, or getting different pieces of it, blue figures in different areas, black figures in other areas, a little bit of struggle happening between the blue figures and something else you can't quite make out or understand. And yeah, that's about it. There's like a common theme of the blue figures are higher and the black figures are just a little bit lower.
Racism.
I didn't even think about that. Goddamn.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
I was like, wow.
Shame. Check your privilege, huh? Check your privilege.
Sure they're
so
not
privileged.
white giants.
That I
Stay woke, Sassans.
subliminally
woke. White giant.
Wow, that's a hot hand on my thigh.
What hand?
Cause
Just
you're
out of frame doesn't mean that I didn't.
You're
feel
hearing
the
things, I'm
definitely invasive warmth.
because he's from the depths of hell from this tree painting on the wall.
Don't.
As you guys are going through this chamber, you feel this almost bone-chilling breeze come out from in front of you, almost billowing out along the sides of the branches, and it definitely takes you back. It's colder than most any breeze you felt coming in here. Familiar to the original breeze you felt at the entrance, and that's where we'll.
I was about to roll. I was like, roll for initiative.
And you're dead.
This is where we'll pick up next time. As The mysteries have yet to be solved. What will happen next time? Will the breeze harden their nipples to a point of offensive capability? Will they ever understand the cave paintings? Who is breathing so hard in this frickin' tree? Find out next time, maybe, on Assassins and Dragons. Thank you for watching, Assassins. As always, until fate next brings us together. And never
stop playing
role-playing.